John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, also believes that Anthony Joshua is afraid of him, afraid of his son. Quoting him, he says, Joshua's frightened. He believes that Joshua doesn't want to step in the ring against his son because he feels that his son is better at everything than Joshua, and he feels that Joshua knows this. He knows he can't compete with him because he claims that his son is on a different level than Joshua, so therefore he's frightened, and he will probably go through with his career without fighting his son, Tyson Fury. Now, do I agree with that? Absolutely not. Now, by the way, I like John Fury. I tend to see a lot of his interviews because he seems like a wise guy. You know, I like hearing his gypsy stories. You know, his caravan stories that he always says in his interviews. Obviously, he's going to be defending his son because that's his son. In his eyes, his son is unbeatable. In his eyes, nobody could beat his son, right? So, of course, he's going to be slandering every heavyweight in the heavyweight division and saying and claiming that they cannot beat his son. But do I think that Joshua is afraid and frightened, as John Fury puts it, to face his son? Absolutely not. Because when I look at fighters and I see the way I make my decision to whether a fighter is afraid or he's ducking this guy or he's ducking that guy is by his resume, by the people he's fought. And as far as I'm concerned, Anthony Joshua, very early in his career, was fighting guys like Vladimir Klitschko, was fighting guys like Dillian Whyte. You know Dillian Whyte, that killer at heavyweight, Dillian Whyte? He fought him like a year into his pro career. Yeah, Anthony Joshua. He fought Vladimir Klitschko. You know Vladimir Klitschko, the guy who was a long-reigning champion for like 9 years? He fought him in his like 18 pro fight. Him and Eddie Hearn in the zone were offering Deontay Wilder 120 million to fight him. Wilder rejected it. So all that is signs of a guy that is willing to fight the best, right? So that's why I don't for a second believe that Anthony Joshua would be afraid to fight Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua even came out prior to the Fury versus Wilder rematch and said that he hopes Fury beats Deontay Wilder so that he could fight Fury, right? He said this. I believe he even offered to spar Tyson Fury. Was it? Or was it Tyson Fury? But I believe, no, that's true. I believe he even offered to spar Tyson Fury so that Tyson Fury could beat Deontay Wilder. So I don't for a second believe that somebody who has been fighting and challenging himself since the beginning of his career would be afraid to fight somebody like Tyson Fury, right? One, that's B. That's a massive fight in the UK, right? That is a massive money fight, right? I don't know how much they're going to be making, but if Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz made the money that they made for their rematch, I would imagine they will make a lot of money if Joshua were to fight Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury is a champion now. Anthony Joshua is a massive name. He's also a champion. Tyson Fury is also a big name in the UK. That would be a big, big fight. So why would Anthony Joshua or Eddie Hearn came out already literally the same day that Fury beat Deontay and said he said, forget about the trilogy. Let's make Joshua versus what's his name? Tyson Fury. So Joshua's team, they're not coming across as, oh my God, my fighter is afraid to face Tyson Fury. So I don't believe that at all. I think that Joshua would happily face Tyson Fury. I think that's a great fight. And I really hope that fight happens. That's a fight that needs to happen. You know, people were talking about, Deontay Wilder needs to fight Anthony Joshua because they're in the same era. Yeah, but you could say the exact same thing about Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. If they don't fight, that'll be fucked up. You'll be like, what? How the hell did they not fight? They were both from the UK. They were both in the same era and they didn't fight. They have to fight. They're both champions at the same time. They have to fight. That's a fight that has to happen. Just like Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder were supposed to fight, but Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight Anthony Joshua right away. And now that he's no longer champion, forget about that fight. I want to see him fight the champion. And Wilder's not the champion, so I want to see him in there with Fury. So that's a fight that needs to happen, and I hope it happens. And yeah, I don't agree with